Welcome to Whiz Kids, the exciting game show where knowledge is power and young minds shine. I am your host, Ramona Luti, and for this episode of Whiz Kids, we have something exciting planned for you. This is called the Wild Card Round. Essentially, what we did is call back all of the students who did not qualify from episodes 1 to 11 to give them a chance to compete in episode 12 for a spot in our semi-finals. Ashiana, how does it feel to be back in the competition?
Exciting.
Alright, so for this segment of the competition, we have a slight change to the structure of the rules. Alright, so I'll go through that with you. You have 90 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. The questions will be read one after the other. Questions are selected at random, so we've randomized everything. Alright? Contestants are free to answer a question before the question is read to completion, so you don't have to wait for me to finish reading the question before you attempt to answer. But do remember that that's a risk, all right? A contestant can say pass to skip a question they do not know. If 5 seconds has elapsed since I've read the question and we've gotten no response, it's automatically passed and I'll proceed to read the other question, all right? At the end of the round, the contestant is given a score based on how many questions they answer during the 90 seconds. And from that, we will select the next 3 contestants who will make up the 12th episode of Whiz Kids. Which punctuation completes the sentence help fire?
Exclamation mark.
The smallest number that can be divided by 6, 9, and 12, leaving a remainder of 1 is?
4.
Which is the most abundant natural gas in our atmosphere?
Oxygen.
The brain analyzes the something and tells the body what to do in response. Pass. What is the process that changes matter from a liquid state to a gaseous state? Pass. Which polygon is known as a hexagon?
A 6-sided figure.
Alliteration is the repetition of consonants. True or false?
False.
Which natural region is the most populated in Guyana?
Low coastal plain.
The place and time a story takes place is called?
Library.
Jimmy had 130 beads. He gave away 65 to his friends. How many beads were left? Pass. Choose a suitable adjective to complete the sentence. The plane is the something way to travel.
Safest.
Alright, time's up. Denali fed a jar of tadpoles with fresh weeds from a pond. In that feeding relationship, the tadpoles and the weeds are called something and something.
Producers and primary consumers.
The main function of the skull is to something.
Protect the brain.
Transpiration occurs mainly through the something.
Leaves of the plant.
Mina divides a number by 2. She then divides the answer by 2. This is the same as dividing the original number by
4.
Area is the?
Pass.
Choose a suitable pronoun to complete the sentence. The ball belongs to the children. The ball is?
Theirs.
The remainder of 21 divided by 7 is? Something.
0.
What is the significance of Yuma Nabi?
Pass.
The skin produces an oil called?
Sweat.
What happens to the solid particles that are present in suspension?
They float to the bottom.
Which essential gas is provided by plants?
Oxygen.
What is the most appropriate verb to complete the sentence below? John and his family something at the party.
Attended.
What do you call the part of a book that is a list and can be found at the front outlining what the book contains?
Table of contents.
What is the most appropriate verb to complete the sentence below? He's something elected by the members of the council.
Was.
Time's up. Pooja, how does it feel to be back in the competition?
Feels great.
All right, so we're going to get straight into it. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Tim bought 5 oranges for $225. How much would 20 oranges cost?
Pass.
0.125 represented as a fraction is?
1 and 125 over 100.
True or false? The lungs and heart continue to work while we are asleep.
True.
What is the most appropriate adjective to complete the following sentence? Cheap is to expensive as something is to narrow.
Wide.
In expository writing, the act of providing the reader with a series of time-ordered events is called?
Sequencing.
Choose the best verb for the subject. The children something grown.
Children grows.
The meteorological station provides information about what?
Weather.
They spoke to him in English, but she responded in Spanish is an example of what type of sentence?
Pass.
Choose the most appropriate punctuation mark to complete the sentence. Are you coming to my sleepover this weekend?
Question mark.
Josiah is a volunteer fire officer who rescued a child from a burning building. His behavior can best be described as?
Pass.
True or false? Wasting less food is a way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
True.
All right, time's up. Thank you. This something is a symbol of nationhood.
The golden arrowhead.
3/5 of 100 is?
60.
The Iring and Takatu rivers separate Guyana and?
Brazil.
What is the name of the main star found in our solar system?
The sun.
The chemical symbol for chlorine is?
CL.
Identify the synonym of the word highlighted in the brackets in the following sentence. Mr. King's infantile behavior surprised everyone.
Childish.
Infantile. Tim bought 5 oranges for $225. How much would 20 oranges cost?
900.
What word is used to classify types of literary work?
Pass.
Choose a word that is opposite in meaning to the underlined word in the sentence. The head teacher was disappointed with the school's performance at the spelling bee competition. Disappointed.
Upset.
Where does plant growth begin?
At a seed.
If the fraction of eggs sold at a stall is 12.25, then the percentage of eggs sold is? All right, time's up. Thank you. Nathan, how does it feel to be back in the competition?
It feels very good to have a nerd chance.
All right, so are you ready this time?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's get started. True or false? Weather is the state of the atmosphere at a particular place and time. Climate describes the weather in an area averaged over a period of time.
True.
How many months are there in a century?
Pass.
Choose a suitable pronoun to complete the sentence. The planet Mars has 2 moons. Something are both very small.
Which are?
Choose the most suitable form of the verb to complete the sentence. I am something to the playground to watch the cricket match.
I am at the playground.
Choose the word that is closest in meaning to the underlined word in the sentence. Jim is always late for work. Late.
Pass.
What is the prefix that should be added to the underlined word to make the sentence complete? The water became pure when the miner added the chemical.
Impure.
In which direction does the moon move around the earth?
Clockwise.
June too soon, July stand by, August look out. It must. September, remember, October all over. To what natural disaster does the information pertain?
Pass.
What mathematical device can be used to aid in counting utilizing beads?
Pass.
Recommend a word that means the same as the one in the brackets in the following sentence. The nurse was very cautious when attending to the elderly patients. Cautious.
Careful.
Something gives the skin color.
Pass.
Which is the only even prime number?
1.
Okay, time's up. Thank you for participating. Next up, we have Tavesh. Tavesh, how do you feel about being back into the competition?
Feeling very confident I'll be able to redeem myself again, because I actually thought the last time I did it, I was going to win. It's only at the end where I started to feel. I had a 15-point lead at first.
All right. So let's get right into the competition. What is the most suitable word or words to replace the underlined word in the sentence below? The vase which Miss Prasad bought cannot be broken so easily. Cannot be broken so easily. Pass. What is the part of speech of the underlined word in the sentence? Mark is dedicated to completing his assignments on time. Dedicated.
Adjective.
Which type of figurative language is a comparison of 2 unlike things using the word like or as?
Simile.
Can two odd numbers add up to give an odd number?
False.
Are the words below synonyms or antonyms? Smile and grin.
Synonyms.
60% represented as a decimal is?
0.60.
Identify the prime numbers between 1 and 20.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19.
How many continents are there in the world?
7.
The distance from the something affects the climate.
So, the difference from the equator.
What is the tense of the underlined verb in the sentence? The housewife goes to the bakery to buy fresh bread. Goes.
Present tense.
All right, time's up. What is the meaning of the sentence below? One man's meat is another man's poison.
Pass.
Identify one human resource.
Pass.
The loss of skilled workers in a country's population to other countries is referred to
Brain
as?
drain.
Which body system is responsible for inhaling and exhaling gas?
Respiratory.
Air.
System.
What is the total degrees in a right angle?
90 degrees.
During an intense exercise activity, more blood is pumped to the muscles in order to?
Pass.
Which separation method is best used to get salt from a salt
Evaporation.
solution? You know you've spot this rhetorical device when you've seen the words as or
Pass.
like. Choose the correct function of the words underlined in the sentence. Mother cooks.
Pass.
A punctuation mark that is used to join two words to form a compound noun is known as an interrogative. True or false?
True.
5/20 expressed as a decimal is?
1/5.
The tongue found in administrative region 9 is?
Pass.
Gaurav has 918 marbles. He wants to make packets of marbles with
Pass.
9. True or false? A forest is considered to be a carbon sink if it absorbs more carbon from the atmosphere than it releases. 7.6 plus 4 plus 0.49 equals?
Pass.
What unit would you use to measure the distance from your house to school?
Kilometers.
What word means the same as the one in the underlined in the following
Pass.
sentence? Emma has 2 yardsticks. She also has a 12-inch
Pass.
ruler. What degrees is a right angle?
90 degrees.
7,000 ml of sanitizer was poured into the liter container.
7.2 liters.
All right, time's up. Thank you. All right, next up we have Neha. Neha, how are you doing?
I'm really good.
How do you feel about being back in the competition?
I'm feeling happy because, well, I want to do great.
All right, so we're gonna get straight into it, all right? True or false? Wind and water contribute to soil formation.
True.
What is 21.372 rounded to the nearest tenths?
21.3,
72.
21.
Pass. Arrange the following fractions in descending order. 2/5, 2/3, 3/5, 3/4.
2/5, 2/3, 2/5, 3/4. What was the question?
Pass. Choose the antonym of the underlined word. John was reluctant to swim because he felt cold. Reluctant.
Reluctant.
158 equals something plus 106. What number will go into the blank to make the equation correct? All right, no pass. How many minutes are there from 08:10 hours to 14:35 hours?
10 minutes.
Ram's parents refused to send him to school. Of which right is Ram being deprived of? A right to? All right, time's up. Thank you. Next, we have Chevelia. How are you today?
I'm good today.
How do you feel about being back in the competition?
I feel like more confident coming back in the competition, and I have a second chance.
All right, so let's test that confidence now, all right? Let's go straight into it. LCM stands for what?
Lowest common multiple.
One form of energy given off by a burning candle is?
Heat energy.
The operation that undoes multiplication is.
Division.
The climate in the something zone is moderate, that is, neither too hot or too cold.
Temperate zone.
List 3 renewable energy sources.
Wind, water, solar.
Choose a word that best describes the underlined word in the sentence. The air around us is dirty in many different ways. Dirty.
Pass.
What is a synonym?
A synonym is a word similar in meaning.
Something describes the breaking down or dissolving of rocks and minerals on the surface.
Erosion.
What process or processes will be affected if all the leaves of a plant are eaten by insects?
Photosynthesis, transpiration.
Why are leaves so important to a plant?
Leaves are important because they make the food for the plant.
The skin has something layers.
3 layers.
The fraction 8/20 represented in its simplest form is.
2/5.
Choose a word that is similar in meaning to the underlined word. Roger is so obstinate he will not change his mind. Obstinate.
Stubborn.
Sonia bought a belt and a wallet. The wallet cost 4 times less than the belt. If the wallet cost $1,460, how much did she pay altogether for the belt and the wallet?
Pass.
A boat left Parika at 11 a.m. and arrived at Bartica at 4:25 p.m. During that time, it stopped for 45 minutes to fix an engine problem. What was the actual sailing time?
4 hours.
All right, time's up. Thank you. So we have Sajid on the Whiz Kids set with us right now. Sajid, how are you doing today?
Good.
All right, and how do you feel about being back in the competition?
I feel great.
All right, so you ready? Ready? All right, so let's get started. Choose the best verb for the subject. The onion, something really bad and may ruin my breath.
Smelt.
Between a flagpole, ramp, hammer, and cutlass, which is a wedge?
Pardon me?
2 main methods of separating mixtures are something and something.
Filtration, evaporation.
Which planet is the brightest?
The sun.
The monument associated with slavery is the something monument.
Something 63 monument.
Our sensory receptors send signals to the something.
Brain.
Banks DIH is to aerated and alcoholic beverages as Gaisuko is to.
Sugar.
How many whole numbers are there between 104 and 119?
19.
Which company is mainly responsible for the extraction of petroleum in Guyana?
Exxon.
CSME came into being on.
2001.
Which company helped in the development of our plywood industry?
Barama.
2 friends checked their body mass. If Troy's mass is 3 kg more than Tim's, whose mass was 42 kg? What was Troy's mass?
Pass.
Tom quickly withdrew his hand when it came into contact with a hot pot. Which body system caused this reaction?
Nervous.
Simplify the phrase highlighted in the brackets in the following sentence. Ken bought a book in which to record each day's events.
Diary.
Which word is used to describe the formation of words through imitation of sound?
Onomatopoeia.
All right, time's up. Thank you. Next up, we have Ethan. Ethan, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling fine.
How do you feel about being back into the competition?
I feel a bit nervous.
But you're bringing your A game, right? All right, so let's get straight into it. 0 divided by any number equals to?
0.
Which type of figurative language is an exaggerated statement to make a point?
Exclamation.
The pen danced around the page is an example of a?
Personification.
Identify the part of speech of the bracketed word in the following sentence. We divided the sweets among our 3 friends. Among.
Pass.
Why did Amerindians come to Guyana?
To search. Wait. To. They followed.
Pass. Why would some plants and crops not survive a drought?
Because they need water.
Complete the following sentence by choosing the correct word. We should comb our something every day.
Here.
The unit for measuring mass is something.
Grams.
Which planet is found between Venus and Mars?
Earth.
Which type of machine uses devices that have few or no moving parts?
Pass.
Choose a word that is most similar in meaning to the underlined word. Ms. Prasad said, draw a line beginning at the center of your page. Center.
Middle.
The highest common factor of 9 and 24 is?
3.
Give a synonym for the underlined word in the sentence. The guest speaker advised the members of the team to strive for unity. Unity.
Pass.
All right, time's up. Thank you. All right, let's meet Faith and see what she has to say about being back in the program today. Faith, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good and I'm not nervous like the last time.
All right, so you're bringing your A game, confidence, right?
Yes.
Ready? Josh had 750 marbles and he gave 20% of them to his friend Rayon. How many marbles does he have remaining?
Pass.
The European fort located in the Berbice River was built by the something.
Dutch.
True or false? Burning a paper is an irreversible change.
True.
The doctor gave Raj a cough syrup to take 3 times daily. Raj was most likely suffering from influenza. True or false?
False.
Choose the most appropriate punctuation mark to complete the sentence. Help, shouted the little girl as the stranger entered the yard.
Please repeat the question.
Pass. The layers of the skin are the something, something, and something.
Epidermis, hypodermis, and dermis.
Suggest one method by which a nail can be magnetized.
Magnetism.
Choose the most suitable word to complete the sentence. A something of African bees was spotted in the trees.
A wasp.
Choose the function of the underlined word in the sentence. The flowers fall when the wind blows.
Pass.
Tim bought 7 oranges for $329. How much would 21 oranges cost? Pass. Wearing a seatbelt is a something rule.
Safety rule.
What is 35% of 625? All right, time's up. Thank you. Now we have Sarita on the Whiz Kid set. Sarita, how are you doing?
I am doing great.
How do you feel about being back?
I am nervous but confident.
Awesome, awesome. So let's get straight into it. What is usually the first consequence of a motorist who has committed a minor traffic offense?
He would get a fee.
The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Guyana is there.
Pass, please.
True or false? The leaves absorb water for the plant.
False.
Why do we see the moon at night?
The moon orbits the earth.
Much like birds are known to fly south, many tourists from the United States of America visit the Caribbean when North America experiences what?
When North America experiences winter.
What is the state of matter where the molecules are packed closest together?
Solid.
Choose the prefix that correctly completes the underlined word in the sentence below. Janet is often something understood.
Misunderstood.
Guyana imports machinery from which South American neighbor?
Pass.
Choose a suitable pronoun to complete the sentence. Dina asked something to tell a funny story.
Her.
The good girl or guy working for a positive cause of any given story is called the something of a story. Pass. Before the National Assembly starts, the Sergeant at Arms places the mason at table in the chamber. Alright, pass. The energy change which will take place when a standing horse begins to run is something.
Potential to kinetic energy.
What is the most suitable word or phrase to replace the underlined phrase in the sentence below? Deborah bought a book that gives information on many subjects. A book that gives information on many subjects. Pass. In the sentence, she writes every day, is the verb writes plural or singular?
Singular.
Time's up. Thank you. Now we have Chastity in studio. She's going to tell us how she's doing. Chastity, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
And how do you feel about being back?
Kind of glad that I'm back.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. The middle passage is associated with the migration of the
Africans.
True or false? Urine and feces are known as biological waste.
True.
True or false? The majority of scientists agree that climate change is real and caused by humans.
Pass.
The ocean closest to Guyana is the
Atlantic Ocean.
A drug found in tobacco which can cause damage to our lungs is
Nicotine.
What is the opposite of this word? Neatly.
Untidy.
Synonym for the word surprised.
Shocked.
Name a drug that is most harmful to the body.
Marijuana.
Shane arrived at his school sports at 10:30 hours and spent 3 hours 45 minutes. At what time did he leave?
Repeat the question.
Pass. What is the total distance around the figure?
Which figure? Pass.
Choose the tense of the underlined verb in the sentence. We will go to the Baghdam when the weather is better.
What is the underlined word?
Pass. What is the part of speech for the word underlined in the sentence below? He told Mary and I to be there. And
Conjunction.
which simple machine is suitable for lifting heavy loads?
Pulley.
What literary device is used to discuss similarities and differences between people, places, and things?
Pass.
Which two body systems work together to transport oxygen to the cells in the human body?
Respiratory system and circulatory system.
Time's up, thank you. In the following sentence, fill in the blank with the correct pronoun. Those books are something and I want them now.
Mine.
Choose a suitable adverb to complete the sentence. Mary was praised by her teacher for her something drawn diagram of the digestive system.
Lovely.
Choose the idiom that is most suitable for the situation described below. A way of asking what someone is thinking.
Skip.
What is perimeter?
Perimeter is the distance around something.
The conditions and substances needed by plants to make food are something, something,
Skip.
something, and something.
Skip.
Choose a suitable adjective to complete the sentence. Joe is something than Michael.
Taller.
Choose a synonym for the underlined word. The farmers are very thankful for an abundant harvest they had last
Skip.
year. Abundant.
Skip.
An author may be writing to educate, entertain, or persuade. The author's reason for creating a specific piece of work is called?
Skip.
The colon and pancreas are a part of which body system?
The digestive.
The line of latitude marked 00 is known as the?
Equator.
Numbers that can be divided only by 1 or themselves are called?
Prime numbers.
Choose the most suitable adverb to complete the sentence. Peter has done something in his exam this year.
Well.
The number 2,865 rounded to the nearest hundred is?
300.
The number of centimeters in 3.5 meters is?
Skip.
Rosau is the capital of? All right.
Skip.
Time's up. Thank you. Now we have Davina on the Whiz Kid set. Davina, how are you?
I'm great.
And how do you feel to be back?
I feel excited how I have another chance to get to go in the finals.
All right. I remember you were very competitive last time. So, ready?
Yes, miss.
Let's go. If the subject is plural, the verb must be?
Plural.
What is the main economic activity in the interior savannas?
In the interior savannas, cattle ranching.
Choose a suitable adverb to complete the sentence. Peter has done something in his examination this year.
Well.
6.7 kg is equal to how many grams?
6,700 grams.
The currency of Venezuela is called the?
Currency. Is it Bolivar?
If Ramona walked for 1 yard, how many feet did she walk?
5 feet.
Choose the most suitable meaning for the expression that is in the brackets in the sentence below. Aaron was warned by his brother not to spill the beans since that would get him in trouble. Spill the beans.
Spill the beans. Is that past tense?
Pass. What percent has to be added to 40 to make it 50?
10%.
Simplifies the phrase highlighted in the brackets. The vase Miss Prasad bought can be easily broken. Can be easily broken.
Underlined. Can be easily broken. Fragile.
True or false? The highland region is sparsely populated because the soil type is unsuitable for crop farming.
True.
Choose the word that is closest in meaning to the underlined word in the sentence. Calvin was furious when he found out that his bicycle was stolen. Furious.
Angry.
In which part of the flower does fertilization occur?
In which part of the flower? Is it the anther?
All right, thank you. Time's up. Now we have Zenobia in studio. Zenobia, how are you?
I'm fine.
Awesome. So how do you feel about being back in the competition?
I feel very good about being back.
All right, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. It is necessary to remember the work of Hubert Nathaniel Critchlow because he?
Pass.
Choose the most suitable form of adjective to complete the sentence. Joe is something than Michael.
Joe is better.
Which is the largest continent in the world?
Antarctica.
The great leaders who sought independence for Guyana were?
Pass.
Guyana buys goods from other countries. This activity can best be described as?
Pass.
What number should be added to 66 to get 121 as the sum? Pass. Which planet is known as the morning star or the evening star?
The sun.
When rounded off to the nearest $100, Lisa's annual salary is $65,400. What is her annual salary when rounded off to the nearest 1,000?
7,400.
Rufina accidentally broke a meter stick into 2 pieces. If the length of the shorter piece was 9 cm, what was the length of the longer piece?
Pass.
If the fraction of eggs sold at a stall is 12/25, then the percentage of eggs sold is?
Pass.
Who is the head of state in Guyana?
The president.
What is the prefix that should be added in the underlined word to make the sentence complete? The child was told to obey the school rules. Obey.
Disobey.
The area of a rectangle. Time's up. The area of a rectangle is 150 cm. If its breadth is 10 cm, what is its perimeter?
Pass.
What is the value of 60 minus open bracket 10 plus 4 divided by 4 times 3?
Pass.
The monument that reminds Guyanese of the events of 5th of May 1838 is the? Pass. True or false? The average weather conditions over a long period of time is referred to as climate.
True.
Where do you get sugar from?
Pass.
Pass. -4 is a natural number. True or false?
True.
Which symbol on the coat of arms reminds Guyanese that Guyana was once a colony?
The shield.
The kidneys are responsible for the removal of something from the body.
Whiz.
3/20 as a decimal is?
3/20. Pass.
Choose a word that means the same as the underlined word in each sentence. The angry man took a long time to get home. Angry.
Furious.
What word is the opposite to the word enormous?
Pass.
What is the purpose of the pinna in the ear?
Pass.
What is the value of the third digit in the number 88,888? At what price must an item that costs $560 be sold to make a profit of $250? All right, time's up. Identify the part of speech of the bracketed word in the following sentence. The headmaster praised them for their good behavior. Them.
Pronoun.
Which planet has the shortest orbital period?
Mercury.
What is 3.742 rounded to the nearest whole number?
Pass.
What does the green color on our national flag represent?
The agriculture.
Choose a suitable pronoun to complete the sentence. Those guests are ready to order food. Something hungry.
They.
Hungry. Jonathan wants to separate small rocks from larger rocks. What is the best method he should use?
Sieving.
What does the Roman numeral C represent?
Pass.
Identify the part of speech of the bracketed word in the following sentence. The house was badly damaged. Badly.
Adverb.
Choose the most appropriate word to complete the sentence. I do not want something food for dinner since I ate a lot today at school.
A lot.
Value added tax, VAT, was placed on certain foodstuff to?
Pass.
How many straight edges does a cube have?
12.
A polygon with all 4 sides and angles equal is called?
Pass.
Decayed remains of plants and animals in the soil is called?
Humus.
High and low tides are caused by the?
Moon.
What is the name given to the part of the book which contains an alphabetical list of words and meanings at the end?
The index.
All right, time's up. Thank you. Students who are tied with 50 points. And so because of the structure of the game, we've opted to select the top 6 students and have them compete for the final spot in the 12th episode of Whiz Kids 2023. so as to compete in the semifinals. Those 6 persons are Demetrius Garraway, Chevalia Moore, Sajid Moaz, Chastity Crandon, Ashif Ghafoor, and Tavesh Budai. Congrats, guys.